Now that you've got the 10-year blueprint, let's make sure you don't throw up a huge mistake on the side income piece of the equation. The career debate is already dead, as you simply look for performance-based income. Anyone arguing for hourly wage nonsense is simply drinking far too much Kool-Aid. Targeting and selling to the right market. How do you find the right market? Number 1. The right market is willing to spend money. The word choice here is critical. This is also why we laugh when people try to target middle-class men for money. Middle-class men are generally cheap guys who are having their money spent by their wives. The right market is the market that is going to spend the money, not necessarily the one that is making the money. If your buddy is making $100,000 a year, but he's the same guy haggling for a $10 discount for his broken iPhone screen, he's a tough guy to sell to. If your friend is hitting 28 and she's single, looking to find her man by maximizing her looks, she'll be easily sold to. Number 2. The right market is the masses or the 1%. Those are the two segments. Rich men are willing to pay up for quality and status. This is why Ferraris exist, and this is why the largest companies in the world cater to the high end, or they cater to your regular Joe Blow. Generally speaking, a rich guy knows that he gets what he pays for. But he is also smart. He will research your product and prod with intelligent questions. Average Joe is the reverse. He is driven by emotion and will buy based on how he feels. If you can make him feel good, or make him think something will easily solve his problems without doing any work, he'll buy. This is exactly why products sold to the masses come with ridiculously idiotic statements like "gurus hate him," "this one weird trick, research science approved," so on and so forth. Joe Average is going to buy based on feeling. This is why he likes motivational junk, quick fixes, and of course pain. Number 3. The right market is sold in the right way. As long as your product is legitimate, should you care about the sales technique? No, so long as you're not doing anything illegal, it does not matter how it is sold. The only thing that matters is if it converts. Remember this when you're starting to sell your product. Rich people. If you're targeting smarter and richer people, you're not going to use phrases like "one trick," "approved by Kim Kardashian," so on and so forth. You're going to have to spend a lot of time building a brand before even mentioning the products you use. Even then, simply disclose you make a few bucks off the recommendation. Average people. Now, if you want to make money faster, you're targeting Jane Regular. Yes, we've switched to Jane Regular for a reason. The number 1 complaint about women is as follows. Women are emotional. This is a wet dream. This means they are easy to sell to. If a person's mood is easily influenced, it means that they are easily convinced to buy. Take it to the extreme. If you're trying to sell to a monk or a girl who is scared of losing her looks, who's easier to sell to? The answer is easy. The emotional one. The girl. Reiteration. So long as your product works and does as advertised, it does not matter how you sold it. An emotional person is not going to respond to logic and reason, so don't use it. Type in 8th grade level English and make the sale. There is no value in using verbose language. Funny. Even with the word verbose in quotes, it looks like a junk sentence. In short, you're really looking for 3 things. You're looking for people who will actually spend money. You're looking to target a lucrative market. You're looking to sell correctly, and the correct sale is an emotional one. This is the topic of the next section. The only sale that matters is the one that converts. The best part about this section is we can give you one quick trick. Stop trying to sell with logic. Start selling with emotion. This is the most mind-boggling concept for people who focus primarily on numeric-based skill sets. Engineers and quants in particular attempt to apply logic to humans, and it simply doesn't work. People make their purchasing decisions based on emotion and feelings. This applies to wealthier people as well. The only difference is that the wealthy person does research and makes sure he clears enough utility from the purchase. A person is in pain, or they are seeking pleasure. Provide a solution to get rid of the pain, or provide a solution to obtain pleasure. That is how you sell. Generally speaking, pain sells more. Everyone knows this. This is why men who seek money will shell out thousands of dollars for get-rich schemes, and why women who seek beauty will pay top dollar for any physical improvement. That really boils down the two sexes in a single sentence. Men want money to elevate their worth. Women want looks to elevate their worth. Now that we've given you the trick to selling, it is 100% easier said than done. You must communicate at a much lower level to sell to the masses. Do not bother with insane vocabulary. Do not bother with logic. Do not bother with statistics. The typical phrase is keep it simple stupid, or KISS. You can go ahead and remove the first S in that equation when targeting the masses. Keep it stupid. If your sales page or advertisement cannot be understood by a 12-year-old, it is not a good advertisement. Let's look at some examples. Infomercials. Infomercials are not there for fun, they are spending money on the airtime. Notice what products are being sold. Primarily 1. Lazy products. 2. Depression/insomnia products, and 3. Alcoholic recovery products. Lazy products. This makes complete sense. The type of person watching lame infomercials is likely a stay-at-home mom or a lazy person. They see a cool gadget that will save them 5 seconds on dicing tomatoes. This gives them an extra 5 seconds to watch more television. Hooray! Depression and insomnia products. This also makes sense. A lot of late-night infomercials are targeting people with sleeping issues. Someone is up watching TV all night at 2 in the morning. Typically, before these commercials come on, at around 10 p.m. or so, they have dating products, because if you're at home watching TV on a Friday or Saturday night, you're likely lonely. So sign up for eHarmony, then when the viewer has not taken action and feels depressed at around 1 a.m., boom! Here are some depression medication products. Alcoholic recovery products. The last subset is the alcoholic recovery section. A lot of people come back from another depressing night out, trying to score at the bar, and stumble onto their couch to watch TV. Many of these people have serious alcohol issues, and the infomercial is right there to save them. Pleasure commercials. This is obvious. Go watch the commercials for any major sporting event, and you'll primarily find beverage and insurance commercials. Alcoholic commercials are clear as day. You're watching a fun event, you want to be entertained, nothing better than a cold one to increase your pleasure. Alternatively, there is the insurance side. Do you think this has nothing to do with pleasure? It does. In fact, it's both pain and pleasure. The other main audience is middle-aged people with families. They constantly think of their kids, so here's a great way to take a hold of your family, get solid insurance in case anything happens. Now if these examples were obvious, then you're in great shape. It's time to create your own ads. Learn how to write good copy and see how good you are. Be warned, this is easier said than done. If you've watched ads and wondered, why in the world is that a popular ad, you're going to unlearn those thoughts. Chances are, if the ad is on primetime television, it has a positive return on investment. We're not kidding when we say keep it stupid. In short, the primary lesson here is the same. It does not matter how you sell, so long as the product is legitimate. If the best advertising technique was to show overweight people mud wrestling on television, you should do it. The only good advertisement is the one that converts. Cruise control and real work-life balance. Now that you've watched this video, and everyone who sees this is a millionaire, it's time for a more serious matter. Real work-life balance. If you follow this path and find yourself with a solid 7-figure net worth and multi-6-figure income streams, you're allowed to find balance. For the vast majority of people, they have not earned this right. They should align their ducks and get to work. Once you feel comfortable, you should now focus on your health and the power of 1%. As a side note, for those of you who have never heard of the power of 1% before, here is a quick explanation. The power of 1% means that if you take 1% of the time of a week, which is 1.6 hours, You can then become competent at practically anything if you commit those 1.6 hours a week to a task. This is the truth. If you decide to take up drawing, take up a new sport, or even take up a new language, 30 minutes a day 3 days a week will result in massive change. You will not become an expert, but you'll have a baseline competency. That was a very quick explanation. Now let's get back to the subject again. Health. No lies. During your first 3 years, your health will likely suffer a bit. You're going to work so hard, you will actually break at least once. Once you reach this limit, you'll know when you've gone too far. After a good 5 to 6 years of nearing the line but never crossing it, you should now shift your focus to maximizing your health. While money is immensely important, the reason why you have it is to keep your health. By being rich, you're able to eat healthy, get some sun, live without stress, and help people who have helped you in the past. The point of getting money is not to buy a Tesla, it is to eliminate every negative aspect of your life. If you hit your first million in your late 20s, this may mean working 40 hours a week still. If you hit it when you're in your mid-30s, it may mean 25 hours of work per week. We don't know. Just make sure you're maximizing your health because that was the entire point. If you're rich and stressed out and unhealthy, you're doing something terribly wrong. Make small adjustments. Begin fiddling with your business and your career. Can you give up some of your income streams in exchange for time? How much time will you save? How much will it cost you? Many people attempt to do everything in a small group of 3 to 5 people. This works until you cross a certain net income level. At that point, you have to expand. Do your best to maintain your equity and simply offer a higher salary to the person looking for a job. The power of 1% is certainly real. Do this 5 times. 5% of a full week is 8.4 hours. That is a lot of time. That is literally a full day of work you just avoided. In other words, you could spend 8.4 hours at the gym, eating healthy, reading a book, and taking your dog for a walk. It really is up to you. But 8.4 hours is a long period of time to have freed up. In short, if you followed the path outlined here, your goal is to avoid money addiction. Most wealthy people are not addicted to getting the money, they are addicted to making the money. It is simply a game they are playing, and it is the hardest game in the world. But once you're free, you're allowed to strike a balance. Consider your health. Consider your social life, and don't fall victim to the money-making addiction. Concluding remarks. It truly is possible for anyone to obtain $1 million in 10 years. Maybe we have too much faith in you watching this, but who knows? Here are the bullets. 1. A job is a time for money exchange only done to temporarily build skills for a future career or business. 2. Never work for free or for minimum wage. 3. A career is a performance-based income stream, and a business makes money while you sleep. 4. Find transferable skills, sales, networking, efficiency, maintenance, continuity. 5. Simplistically, if you can average $200,000 a year over a decade, starting at $100,000 and scaling to $300,000 or more, you will easily become a millionaire if you want. You won't have time to blow through all the money anyway. 6. Again and again, frugality is a joke. If you're busy earning, the saving part takes care of itself. You don't get rich if you don't invest in your skills. For example, is it better to research ways to save $5 or spend the same amount of time making $25? Option 1 leads to $5, option 2 leads to $30 with the same time spent. 7. Target the right market. Either emotional people in the 80% or wealthy people in the top 1 to 20%. 8. Sell with emotion, not logic. Logic does not work. 9. Pain sells much better than pleasure, particularly if you can target an insecurity. 10. If your product is legitimate, how you sell it is irrelevant. The only thing that matters is if it converts. 11. Creating good ads is not easy, particularly if you're a logical person. You're going to have to dumb down your writing and intellect to an 8th grade level at maximum. 12. You didn't get rich to be an unhealthy fat person, your health is number one. Your money can also help your friends and family who were there for you when you needed them during the dreadful down years. That's it for this video, thank you for watching. If you have any feedback or questions in general, please comment below and Hedgehog will from now on reply to your comments. And with that said, here are the 3 important words you need to remember. Banks are zeros.